My name is Andrew Bustamante, and this is Everyday Espionage. I am so excited to kick off this next season of the Everyday Espionage podcast. When I started this podcast a year and a half ago, it was an experiment. But now, after more than 200,000 downloads, thousands of dedicated subscribers like you, and countless emails talking about how much you learn, you laugh, and even love the lessons I'm teaching, this little experiment has turned into a full-blown mission for me. Now, here's a quick recap of what we've learned over the last 3 seasons. In season 1, you laid the foundation for espionage concepts that bring huge advantages in everyday life. Concepts like rest versus recovery, knowledge, assessment, and perspective. In season 2, you expanded on your espionage foundation and got ready to take an overseas trip with me and my family. You learned about risk-taking, tribal behavior, talent versus passion, and commitment. In season 3, the season we just finished, you went on a journey with me across the Middle East and South Asia, meeting with covert intelligence officers still serving in the field. You heard the ground truth from them about how they use the same skills you learned to hunt terrorists, take down smugglers, and even execute high-stakes renditions. You have learned a lot. And if you feel overwhelmed, like you can't seem to remember it all, then you are exactly where you need to be. Because espionage is uncomfortable. You never know how good you are until you are tested to use your skills. And that test is what has me so excited about this season, season 4, because we are experiencing a global pandemic. And we are entering a major presidential race. Foreign intelligence services are already actively using social media and mainstream news to try to influence your thinking and your vote. Public trust, public sentiment, and public approval have been steadily declining, and folks feel lost. They don't feel lost because they're weak. They feel lost because they are looking for answers in a world that's focused on distractions. And I know that feeling very well. That is exactly how it feels when you're in the field hunting for intelligence. You see, information is a funny thing. It is equally cherished and feared, available and hidden. It's somehow true and untrue. And no matter where you are in your life right now, no matter where you're sitting, no matter what your education level is or what your politics are, you have access to more information than anyone who came before you. But that information comes in 2 types. The type of information that you find and the type of information that gets thrown at you. Again, that is just like the intelligence world. And the worst type of information in the intel world is the type thrown at you by people desperate for attention. In the field, we call these people information peddlers. And they will say anything and everything to get you to notice them, to get you to listen to them, to pay them in dollars or hours or even clicks. So what do these information peddlers look like in your everyday life? Well, they look like news editors. They look like social media influencers. They look like foreign influence operatives filling the airwaves with incorrect, incomplete, or flat out wrong information. Over the next 4 months, you and I are going to have information peddlers bombarding us with headlines and media posts and viral updates because they want your attention. They want your time and your money. And you are going to exercise every espionage skill you have learned from me over the last year and what you're going to learn this new season so that you can know what is fact and what is fiction. you are going to see exactly how it feels to be in control of information when so many people around you are out of control. If you've trained with one of my elite courses online, OpThink or News Hacker, or reading between the headlines, then you are already way ahead of the chaos happening in headlines right now. If you've been following this podcast for a little while, then you know exactly how easy and practical espionage skills can be. And if this is your first time visiting the podcast, welcome. You are right on time. Now, let me tell you what you can expect from me for this next season. First, the entire focus of this season is going to be on one topic from intelligence. That topic is mastering information. We are going to talk about finding lies, uncovering truth, outwitting con men, and optimizing your brain. Second, you are going to start hearing a lot more from me. I'll be releasing new episodes weekly instead of every other week from now on. Now, if you didn't really like me before, it's only going to get worse as I publish more often. So you might as well just pause now and click the unsubscribe button. Third, I'm going to put us on a briefing rotation. Now in the field, every op has a specific briefing rotation to make sure the team gets as much intel as possible in as little time as possible. Now you've been on a mission with me for the last 18 months, so it's time that we get our own briefing rotation in place. Here's what I want our 4-week briefing rotation to look like. Week 1, which is this week, will be a situation report or a sit rep. In that sit rep, I'll give you a story, an update, or some piece of news that relates to your espionage training at the time. Week 2 will include some sort of specific skill training, where we keep building you up to master information and dominate every aspect of everyday life with spy skills. Week 3 is going to be something I call Team Spy. He and I will sit together, or I might sit with somebody else in the espionage community, to dissect, discuss, and debate some topic in current events that relates to the skills you are learning at that moment in time. And then week 4, the last week in our rotation, will be another episode about skill training to keep you growing, learning, and mastering information. From week 4, we will rotate right back to week 1 with a new sit rep and then on and on. And that'll be our rotation at least through the rest of this season. Now, if you're feeling excited right now, that's awesome because you are in the right place and you know it. If you're feeling a little intimidated, that's even better. That means you're in the right place, but you haven't quite realized it yet. If you're thinking, this sucks, man, it sounds like a bunch of work to me, then you're in the wrong place. So go ahead, swipe left and move on. Don't worry, it's not you, it's me. But that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed your first sit rep. If you want to make sure you get the most out of what you're learning here on the podcast, remember to join the Everyday Spy training letter at everydayspy.com. Go ahead, go there now, and while you're there, sign up for Operation Realtime and test your spy skills in a free spy simulation mission, like the ones we used to use at the farm. You'll find the link to Operation Realtime on the Everyday Spy homepage. Now, at CIA, we have a simple process that we use when it comes to building our operational skills. We listen, learn, and apply. I can help you listen. I can help you learn. But only you can apply. And that is Everyday Espionage. Everyday Espionage is dedicated to one thing: educating everyday people. I know that not everyone will listen, but those who listen will learn. If you learned something new today, click subscribe, review, and share the podcast with a friend. Find me on social media at Everyday Spy or on my website, everydayspy.com. If you are up for a special challenge, visit everydayspy.com/operations and join me for an authentic spy training mission. And above all else, remember that knowledge is freedom.